Well, good evening, St. Lucia, and welcome to another episode of the DBS Sports with me, Kenton Casper. We begin tonight with cricket. Well, the Windward Island Volcanoes are on top of the 50-over cricket in the region. The final of the 2018 Windies Super 50 cricket competition got underway on a Saturday afternoon at the Coolidge Cricket Grounds in Antigua. Now, in this final, defending champions Barbados Pride took on the informed Windward Island Volcanoes. The Volcanoes got into the final with all the momentum on their side after winning 6 consecutive victories in the competition. For the Pride, a number of their seasoned players were absent for this final. After winning the toss and electing to bat, Barbados got to the competitive total of 232 for 7 in their allotment of 50 overs. Jonathan Carter had an impressive 80, hitting 8 fours and 1 6. Roston Chase was also among the wrong scorers. He hit 44 in 57 deliveries. For the Windward Islands, St. Lucia's Larry Edwards was the pick of the bowlers, grabbing 2 for 41, while Shane Chillingford backed 2 for 44. In response, the Volcanoes lost wickets regularly as both batsmen got in but failed to carry on. Only Ronald Cato got a half-century, scoring 54 from 64 deliveries. Dominic Drakes was the pick of the bowlers for Barbados, taking 3 for 38 in 10 overs. Kyle Myers also had a good start, scoring 32, while St. Lucia's Johnson Charles' attempt to apply himself at the wicket saw him taking 30 deliveries to score just 16 runs. Now, in a very close finish, the Windward Island Volcanoes got over the finish line to become the 2018 champions of the regional Super 50. Dominican and West Indies under-19 batsman Alec Athanes, he scored a well-played 23 to secure the 3-wicket victory. Now, the 2018 Hero Caribbean Premier League draft is expected to experience a 36% increase in overall player participation, tournament organizers have reported. In addition, the fixtures reveal an expected 50% increase in the number of overseas players taking part in the tournament. Last year, a total of 258 players participated in the competition, with a total of 151 of those cricketers coming from abroad. This year, the players will come from 18 countries already registered for the draft day, with most coming from Pakistan, 53, and Sri Lanka, 42. There are also cricketers from England, South Africa, New Zealand, Australia, Bangladesh, Zimbabwe, Pakistan, Ireland, Canada, USA, Oman, Hong Kong, Scotland, Nepal, UAE, and Kenya. No players are registered from India. We are delighted with the response that we have had to the Hero CPL draft this year. Every year, we have seen an increase in the standard of players who want to be part of the biggest party in sports, and 2018 is no different. Hero CPL COO Pete Russell was quoted as saying that the tournament is scheduled to take place between the 8th of August and the 6th of September, with the draft scheduled for March 1st in London. Well, in football, after having an impressive showing against noisy neighbours Uptown Rebel, Platinum FC strolled into the home of the champions and quieted the talks of a repeat season for Northern United. After pre-tournament favourites Uptown suffered defeat at the hands of VSADC, Northern United held the pole position and were looking to further strengthen their lead with a win against the team from down south. However, the Alvin S. Myers-led team scored twice to add fire to an already heated-up 2018 competition. In the 49th minute of this encounter, Javed Joseph registered another goal in this year's competition to put Platinum FC on top. Northern United would further shoot themselves in the foot as a defensive error would allow Dwayne Charles to secure victory for Platinum in the 69th minute. Well, as a result, Platinum went on to win this encounter 2-0. In another top-class match played in this competition at the Grosley playing field, VSADC and Big Players played to a 7-goal thriller. In this matchup, Alvin Williams opened the scoring in the 8th minute, which allowed VSADC from Central Castries to go into the locker room with a 1-0 lead. In the second half, Jordan Setouch would find the back of the net in the 47th minute to allow Big Players back in this contest. In the 53rd minute, Zachary Lariche would put the VSADC back in front with a clinical finish. 2 minutes later, Lincoln Phillip would join the party. The prolific striker from the capital of Castries would find the back of the net to put Big Players back into this matchup in the 55th minute. The two teams are considered evenly poised, as previous tournaments have shown. The recently completed Mayor's Cup saw both teams dominating activities in the Castries Basin and playing in a keenly contested final. In that final, Big Players came out on top. The two top players from this group was Lincoln Phillip and of course Shaquille Degazor. But in this Division 1 battle, one of the nation's top strikers, Shaquille Buju Degazor, will show his true quality as he put VSCDC back in front in the 63rd minute. Lincoln Phillip would then complete his brace, putting big players level with his second goal in the 71st minute. However, when many may have thought a share of the spoils would be a fitting result, VSCDC waited until the dying moments of this match to secure victory. Alvin Williams found the back of the net in the 90th minute to secure a 4-3 victory for VSCDC and another 3 points. Now, in another match played, Tiroshe FC got on the score sheet 5 times to secure victory over RV Juniors. Mollis Lubrin and Rai Gasper both registered a brace for Tiroshe, while Salim Joseph was the other goal scorer on their sheet. For RV Juniors, Ernil Ilote and Nicky Henry were the goal scorers as Tiroshe won this encounter 5-2. In another encounter on Saturday, Uptown Rebels entered the dressing room after the first half whistle with a comfortable 2-0 lead over bottom of the table Alès. The team from Vieux-Fort got goals from team captain San Savory and Adrian Henry. Of this encounter, the team from the West Coast community of Ansari would come roaring back. Dean St. Croix found the back of the net to put Alès within striking distance of the top half team. In the dying moments of this encounter, Dean St. Croix would find the back of the net again to end this game in a 2-2 draw. As a result of these games, Platinum FC and VSCDC has risen to the top of the Division 1 tables with 3 games remaining. Both teams are on 8 points. Defending champions Northern United are on 7 points. Big players are still in with a shot on 6 points, while Tiroshe and Uptown Rebels are both on 5 points. And the Gara Career Organization hosted its very first Independence Day road race last weekend. The race started at 8 a.m. from the Babonneau Primary School and ended at the J&L Minimart. In this inaugural road race, Zaid Antoine came out on top to grab the first place trophy. Finishing second was Shakim Bream. The third place trophy winner was Monty David. Now, organizers also awarded a prize for the eldest and youngest runner. The most senior runner was Clitterson Hyacinth, while the youngest runner was Kenzie Edward. Well, when we take a break, but when we get back, Mark Henry wins another 8-ball pool championship. This and more still to come. Welcome back. The finals of the Q Sports St. Lucia Inc. second independent 8-ball championship was held on Saturday 24th at the Vide-Bouteille Cultural Club in Leclerc. Of the 16 players who qualified for the tournament final, it was the defending champion Mark Henry of Soufrière who reclaimed the title. In the first semi-final, Mark Henry of Soufrière won 2-1 over Dwight Calix of Vieux-Fort, and Gary Kedu of Vieux-Fort won 2-0 over Zach Maxwell of Micoud. In the championship match, Mark Henry of Soufrière won 2-1 over Gary Kedu of Vieux-Fort, securing his second championship title in a row and receiving a cool $1,200 and a trophy. While Kedu in second place received $800 and a trophy. In the third place match, Dwight Calix of Vieux-Fort won 2-1 over Zach Maxwell of Micoud and received a cool $500 and a trophy. Ben Stokes scored 12 and took 2 for 43 as his first England match for 5 months ended in a 3-wicket defeat by New Zealand in Hamilton. Ross Taylor made 113 and Tom Latham 79 as New Zealand recovered from 27 for 3 in the first match of the one-day series. Mitchell Santner hit a 45 not out of 27 balls, including a 6 to seal victory with 4 balls to spare. Joe Root rested for the T20 Tri-Series, made 71 and Josh Butler 79 in England's 284 for 8 at Sidon Park. With 34 needed off 18 balls and Taylor having been stumped off Adil Rashid, New Zealand's hopes of winning were fading, but Santner reduced that equation to 9 of the final 6 balls before edging a Chris Wokes a Yorker for 4 and smashing a 6 over mid-wicket after a wide. Well, all-rounder Stokes appeared in court this month on a charge of affray, and the first hearing of his trial is scheduled for the 12th of March at Bristol Crown Court, although he is not required to return to the UK to attend it. He missed the Ashes defeat in Australia, the one-day series win over Australia, and the T20 series also involving New Zealand, in which England failed to qualify for the final. Wow, well, Pep Guardiola secured his first trophy as Manchester City manager as they overpowered Arsenal to win the Carabao Cup in convincing fashion at Wembley.
Finds a bit of room. And, supporting cast arriving. Aubameyang from close range looked at the flag, it didn't go up. they had a touch, Arsenal, in an attacking sense. They very nearly were in front. Back in training for a couple of days. Oh, here's Aguero right through the middle. Sergio Aguero, the scourge of Arsenal again. He scores against the Gunners for a 5th match in a row and moves himself to 199 Manchester City goals. To line up maybe number 200. Little clip across and hit into the side netting by Kevin De Bruyne.
Well, Sané's looking at Sergio Aguero. I do think he should have played it through to him.
Gundogan and diverted in by Vincent Kompany. The grip on the Carabao Cup gets that much firmer for Manchester City. Danilo, David Silva, and he's got one. All 3 scorers from 2014, 2016 and now 2018 winning teams. Surely it will be a win for Manchester City. They lead Arsenal by 3 goals to 0.
Well, I have to say, in this period of Manchester City's history...
Well, City responded to Monday's shock FA Cup 5th round defeat by League One Wigan Athletic in a style as they swept aside Arsenal and now turned their attention to clinching the Premier League and continuing their Champions League campaign. Wow. Anyway, finally, Manchester United moved back into 2nd place in the Premier League as substitute Jesse Lingard gave them victory over top 4 rivals Chelsea at Old Trafford.
But he really does connect with it, the Brazilian. But you can see why he would be frustrated, getting beaten at his near post in this fashion. But great credit to Eden Hazard for holding up the balls and finding his team. Here's Sanchez, laid off for Lukaku! Well, it completes something of a treble for Romelu Lukaku. Really important goal for him and his team. He's not going to miss that. Back to his feet, but Lukaku come in for a little bit of criticism for his record, but nothing complicated about it. Just gets across it, goal. Behind Christensen. Gives his team something. Lukaku's day.
Wow, well, the lucky Red Devils had to come from behind after Williams started and finished a flowing move to give the visitors the lead in the first half. United pulled level before the break, with striker Romelu Lukaku getting in front of Marcos Alonso to score against his former club for the first time. Lukaku then set up Lingard to head home with 15 minutes left, after which Chelsea's Alvaro Morata had a goal incorrectly disallowed for offside. Defeat leaves the Blues in 5th place after Crystal Palace lost 1-0 to Tottenham early on Sunday. So, well, that's sports. Don't forget to join the 758 Sports Doc as we sit down with the president of the SLFA, Lyndon Cooper. You don't want to miss this. The DBS News continues after the break.